I'm Pam Griffin, and I work with the Public Health Agency of Canada, the federal government, here in the Newfoundland Labrador office in St. John's. And I work mainly with public health programs, a lot of community-based funding to organizations that are delivering programming to Canadians according to multiple public health issues. I guess the main one we're going to talk about today is the Aboriginal Cultural Diversity Program training. I took the full day session. I know they have various options for time, but I took the full day session, and it was marvelous. So my work with the Public Health Agency has changed over the last couple of years, certainly since the Truth and Reconciliation Commission calls to action came out, and the more of a focus on, in my work, more of a focus on Aboriginal health. We've always had some funding programs that were working with Aboriginal organizations, but we've had a shift where we've broadened a lot more and really trying to get to know more of our partners and how we might be able to work together. So this session was really, really important to me. I think we all think we know something, but we don't. We really don't. And that one day was, I don't think I barely blinked the whole session. It was really good. It's very well designed, but it's very well delivered too. And the Heidi who offers it is engaging, and it's very meaningful the way she approaches it. I think it's the process that the Friendship Centre undertook to develop the training itself, years in the making, and all of the people that were involved from an input perspective, all the community organizations, all the Aboriginal governments and communities in the province, and different people taking the training and providing that feedback. So I know adjustments were made along the way. So it's got a really good balance of information and videos and demonstrations. It's got a wide variety that keeps it really interesting and engaging. I think the beauty of this training is, or this I guess it's a continuum for sure, but the full day session that I went to, you're just scratching the surface. There's so much more. I feel like I could, I'd like to do much more, but it really touches on a lot of important pieces that most of us don't realize. I think that our school system, at least I grew up in on the island, and I didn't know any of this. I didn't know anything that was in the training, very little, even not a great understanding before I started this work about the Aboriginal organizations and governments and communities in the province. I think we have a lot of improvement to make in our education at all ages. Children, certainly we should be starting there, but our whole society, our whole culture needs to be more aware, and so that we can all work better together, that we can all interact better together, that we can all make sure that any services or any programs, any interactions at all, basically are sensitive and better informed. And I think that the Friendship Centre here has some really great connections with Memorial University, and some very interesting programming happening there as well. And I hope that we'll see that continue. I know there are some great things happening in other provinces as well, and that I think this project in particular, this whole undertaking, is going to be really beneficial for everybody to see. You hear often of this is happening really well there, or that's happening really well there, but to have a place to see it all together, and to I was at a meeting in November, and Chris was talking about the Cultural Diversity Program, Aboriginal Cultural Diversity Program, and talking about how it was created and all the steps they took. But to think that another organization could learn that whole process, or not have to start from scratch, and maybe make adaptations to the programming they have here. I know that they're famous for sharing what they do well. So I think that will be really beneficial as well, through this process. I think we need to know about our Indigenous heritage. I think we need to know, way back. We need to know, our children need to understand. Our schools, we learn a lot about the discovery of Newfoundland and Labrador. We know all about John Cabot and others, but we don't know anything before that. We don't know our real history. My hope is that we are seeing Indigenous education happening at all levels, all ages. I've talked a lot about children, because the children are, that's where we like to start. But I think that we need to look at other ways within all, I'm coming from a government perspective, so I think in all government systems we need to be educated. We need to be working towards that cultural humility, working towards better understanding, and I think even the general public, everybody, we need to find ways. And I think that's what's so lovely about this program, is that it's set up in a way that someone can drop in for a lunchtime session. You can come for half a day. You could be an organization that wants to have a program designed specifically for the type of work that you're doing. And I think there are so many options there. It makes it really easy. We've, as I mentioned, I've taken the full day. My colleague as well in my office, and we came back and we said it was so good. Another colleague came on her own. My mother-in-law came. And we just last week, some of the community organizations that we work with through the Public Health Agency, some family resource centers in the province, they took the training as a group. And again, just really, really enjoyed it. They themselves, again, said that they thought they knew a lot, but we really don't. We don't know about the true impact of residential schools and intergenerational trauma. We just don't have a good understanding. And I think we all have a lot of work to do around our biases and really becoming better as a full society.